Sandra, you look...
So, we meet again, Count Dracula.
Dracula?
Yes, that's who he says you are.
Oh, my costume, perhaps.
No. Talbot here thinks you're the real thing.
Uh-huh. Right out of McDougal's House of Horrors.
What an odd hallucination. But the human mind is often inflamed with strange complexes. I suggest you consult your physician, Mr. Talbot.
Take him along with you, please.
It's 1948, and the fortunes of both comedy duo Abbott and Costello and Universal's stable of monsters aren't quite as glittering as they once had been. But with the double act's new contract at Universal and the studio looking for a fresh way of earning money from their creatures, a crazy comedy featuring all of them kind of made sense. It might mark the end of the classic era of Universal horror, with only Creature from the Black Lagoon still to come several years later. But Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein was so successful that it briefly revitalised everyone's careers, leading to future comedy hookups: Meet the Mummy, Meet the Invisible Man, and Meet the Killer, Boris Karloff. Bud Abbott and Lou Costello were known for their routines, that well-rehearsed, fast-talking patter. And Meet Frankenstein is full of them, polished burlesque that blends surprisingly well with moments of mood and mystery.
You two kids stay here. I'm going up and get Sandra. She's mine, too.
Pardon me just a minute. Wilbur! Now, look, you've got Joan and Sandra. You've got two girls.
How about the two girls we had last week?
All right, let's not talk about
You got
that.
no kick coming.
I'm not kicking.
You had the best-looking one.
So what?
Yours had teeth.
Look, Wilbur, yours had teeth, too.
Did you see that tooth?
Yes, I happened to see it.
Mine had so much bridge work, every time I kissed her, I had to pay toll.
What's the use?
I suppose it doesn't hurt that Lon Chaney Jr. back as Wolfman Lawrence Talbot, and Bela Lugosi putting on his Dracula cape for the first time since the original film 17 years earlier, play their parts with utter seriousness, ploughing through an enjoyably confusing plot.
Ah, you young people, making the most of life while it lasts.
There's also the excellently named Glenn Strange, who by this point in the late 40s had taken on the mantle of Frankenstein's monster in several films. Strange was a 6'5" cowboy who'd appeared in numerous westerns before being discovered by Universal's makeup maestro Jack Pierce. Personally coached by former monster Boris Karloff in how to play the infamous creation, this would be Strange's penultimate film before roles in TV took over. It was also the final role for horror legend Jane Randolph, known for her creepy roles in classics The Cat People and Curse of the Cat People, here playing sassy insurance investigator Joan. With a new husband, Randolph quit acting for the life of a socialite, a small detail that perhaps ties in with the bigger changes happening in Hollywood. The old guard were either retiring or moving on to the small screen, and both Abbott and Costello and the Universal monsters would face the same fate, in the case of the latter reworked as sympathetic sitcom figures in 60s TV hit The Munsters. But it was also the small screen that kept alive all the original films via regular showings, meaning those deliciously ghoulish black and white interpretations of Frankenstein, Dracula, The Invisible Man and The Mummy never really went out of fashion, and never will.
Master.
Yeah.